Welcome to CARICOMP Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
Every time you open a banking app and snap a selfie to prove you're you, a decision gets made in about 2 to 5 seconds. Match or no match? Your account opens or it doesn't. But that decision comes down to a single number, a distance score, and a threshold set at 0.6. Below that line, the system says you're you. Above it, you're a stranger. And most people have no idea that number even exists. That threshold matters whether you're a fraud analyst reviewing onboarding workflows or a person who just verified your identity on your phone to open a new checking account. If that feels a little unsettling, the idea that a single number decides if you're really you, I get it. It should feel like a big deal, because it is. According to DataBridge market research, 69% of financial institutions adopted electronic Know Your Customer solutions in 2024 alone. That means this isn't experimental anymore. It's the standard way banks, lenders, and fintech companies verify identity at scale. And the market behind it is projected to jump from $800 million in 2024 to over $3.3 billion by 2032. So understanding how that 2-second math actually works isn't optional anymore. It's essential. What exactly happens between the moment you take that selfie and the moment the system says yes or no? The whole process hides 3 stages inside that tiny window of time. First, the system detects your face in the image and extracts roughly 32 geometric and photometric points. Not hundreds, not thousands, about 32. These are specific measurements: the distance between your eyes, the width of your nose bridge, the angle of your jawline. The system deliberately throws away almost everything else about your face. Your skin texture, your expression, the color of your eyes, gone. It keeps only the structural landmarks that stay consistent over time. If you've ever wondered how your bank app still recognizes you after a haircut, that's why. It was never looking at your hair. Second, those 32 points get converted into what's called a vector representation, basically a string of numbers that acts as a mathematical map of your face. Not a photo, not a copy of your image. A formula. And on many privacy-focused platforms, that formula gets deleted the moment verification is complete. For anyone who worries about a company storing your face forever, that's a meaningful distinction. What's stored isn't your face. It's a set of coordinates. And often, even those don't stick around. Third, and this is where the real decision happens, the system measures the mathematical distance between the vector from your selfie and the vector from your ID photo. A small distance means the landmarks line up. A large distance means they don't. The default cutoff in many systems sits at 0.6 on a Euclidean distance scale. Below 0.6, same person. Above 0.6, different person. That number isn't magic. It's an engineering trade-off, chosen to balance catching imposters against not locking out real customers. Now, the airport analogy from the research captures this perfectly. A boarding agent glances at your passport and your face and makes an instant gut call. An automated system does the same thing, but by measuring whether specific facial landmarks fall within a numerical tolerance. And just like that boarding agent might hesitate if you're wearing a hat or you've aged 10 years since your passport photo, the algorithm struggles with the same things. Different lighting, a sharp angle, a face mask, any of those can shift the distance score past the threshold even though you're still you. How much does that matter in practice? According to research from Vention teams on deep learning facial recognition systems, accuracy hit 99.7% for unmasked faces. But for masked faces, it dropped to 90.8%. That's nearly a 9 percentage point fall from a single variable. Vendors often publish that top-line accuracy number because it comes from clean, controlled conditions. Good lighting, straight-on angle, no obstructions. Most people never think to ask what happens when conditions aren't perfect. For a fraud analyst, that gap means a claimed accuracy rate is only as good as the environment it was tested in. For the rest of us, it means that selfie you took in a dim room might genuinely fail, not because the system is broken, but because the math needs clean data to work. One more thing that trips people up. A lot of folks hear facial recognition and immediately picture surveillance cameras scanning crowds, searching for matches against some massive database. That fear is completely understandable because the term gets used loosely across every context, from airport security to crime databases to unlocking your phone. But EKYC facial comparison is fundamentally different. It's a one-to-one check. Does this selfie match this specific ID document that this specific person just submitted? It's not searching the internet for your face. It's not scanning a crowd. According to KYCAML Guide, this is called closed set identification, verifying a known individual against their own submitted document. Open set identification, the kind that searches for unknown people in large databases, is a completely different technology with completely different privacy implications. Knowing that difference changes the conversation. And all of this extraction, vectorization, distance measurement, liveness detection runs in parallel inside that 2 to 5 second window. While the system measures your facial landmarks, it's simultaneously checking whether you're a real person. Liveness detection looks for blinks, subtle head movements, skin texture, signals that separate a living face from a printed photo or a deepfake video. A perfect distance score means nothing if the selfie came from a mask. The system doesn't replace human judgment. It focuses it. Face match algorithms are trained to ignore cosmetic changes, new glasses, a beard, normal aging. But when the changes are significant enough to push past that threshold, the system flags the case for manual review. The tool handles the easy calls so a human can spend their attention on the hard ones. So 3 things to carry with you. Your face gets reduced to about 32 measurements and turned into a math formula, not stored as a photo. A single distance score, measured against a threshold of 0.6, decides if you're you. And that score is only as reliable as the conditions, the lighting, the angle, the clarity under which it was captured. Whether you review fraud cases for a living, or you just snapped a selfie to open an account last Tuesday, that 2-second decision shapes more of your life than you probably realized. And now you know exactly what's happening behind the screen. The full story's in the description, if you want the deep dive.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.